These are journals. 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 And these are journals. Hi guys, welcome back to Simple and Healthy Mama. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for joining me. This is part of my whole house extreme decluttering journey, and today I am tackling my sentimental clutter. I have saved this for a little later in the series because I felt like sentimental stuff was going to be very hard. I think it is going to be hard, and I want to downsize what I have, which means getting rid of some sentimental things. So it's a little cringy, but join me. I think we can do this, and I've learned some things by watching other decluttering videos. One of the things that I've learned is that I need to have a container, and that container is going to dictate how much stuff I can keep. So what I found in my basement is this lovely empty under the bed storage box, and that's how much stuff I can keep. The challenge here, of course, is that that's not how much stuff I have. This is how much stuff I have. Wish me luck. Of course, the very first thing I pick up is something that's really hard for me to know what to do with. My mom handmade this gown for our daughter. Now it doesn't fit. I don't think our son is going to wear it, so what do I do with it? It's just beautiful. It has this open back with a big thick sash. Am I saving it hoping that she'll have a daughter and she'll pass it down to her daughter? I feel like probably it's better if things like this just get used. Because my mom made it, I think I'll mention it to her and see if she has strong feelings about it. And then I think I'll offer it to some friends of ours that have multiple daughters that might enjoy it. And that's a big thing, so that's good, okay? So that's going. Everybody in your home should have a memory box that is just theirs, and they get to decide what goes in it, because different people are attached to different things and sentimental about very different items. I've started containers for our kids. I'm not sure if these are things that they will care about, but I definitely saved a few things for each of them from when they were babies. For example, their favorite bedtime books, the ones that we have memorized still to this day. So they each got a box. I put their name on with stickers, and I've decided that these will live in the top of each person's closet. So pretty soon, after we remodel the upstairs bathroom, that is, so I'm not sure how soon, we're going to split our kids into two separate rooms. They are sharing right now, but we do have a boy and a girl, and at some point that becomes less comfortable for everyone. So we are going to be splitting our kids up. Luckily, we have enough space to do that. And we also added a closet to our bedroom. My husband and I share our bedroom, but don't share a closet. So the cool thing about that is now when we have memory boxes, everybody can put it in their own closet. You can take it down and look at it whenever you want, but that's where it's gonna live. I can show you some of the things that I put in here. Now these are things that are my favorite things from when they were little, like, are you kidding me? Our son never even wore this size, but our daughter was born a little scrawny, and she wore these little tiny diapers. And so I saved one of the diaper covers. She probably doesn't want a diaper, but I did put it in. It was just too cute. Her first little Christmas dress, even though I got this on, consignment sale for $5, I love this dress, and I have such great memories of her wearing it. I also have a baby blanket from the hospital for each kid. Then what I decided to do for their schoolwork and art projects was to just have a little folder like this, where it's open on the side so oversized stuff can stick out. And then I've labeled them, and then those can go actually in their memory box. And I think this might just be too micro organized for me. So I might just throw stuff in and they can sort it out later if they want to or not. And maybe they want none of this and we'll throw it all away anyway. So how much time do I really want to spend working on this? Oh, and in case you're wondering, this is acid-free tissue paper. You can buy this at craft stores or probably just buy it online, and it protects your stuff so that it doesn't yellow, and then you can put your precious items in cardboard or plastic. Those are kind of the typical things people store things in, but both cardboard and plastic will really age your items, and this tissue paper just completely protects them. So let's talk wedding dresses. Why do we keep our wedding dresses? We buy this expensive dress beyond what we would usually spend on an outfit for ourselves, and we're gonna wear it for one day. It's so impractical. I honestly think that maybe there is, but there should be a company where you just rent a wedding dress. I bought a traditional wedding gown and I loved it. It's gorgeous, but now I have it and I'm not sure what to do with it. But I have to tell you that I've decided for now to keep it. I do have a future sister-in-law and my cousin is getting married. I have offered it to both of them. If I can think of anybody else I know who's getting married soon, I will also offer it to them. I would love for it to be used by someone. It's only been worn once. It's in great shape, professionally cleaned and everything. Honestly, I don't know. I've been joking with some neighbors that I think when COVID kind of calms down and we're all vaccinated, we should just have like a big party and we should all wear our wedding dresses and get super dressed up because we've had nowhere to go for a year. Beyond that, I think there are some great places you can donate your wedding dress. I haven't quite decided what route I'm gonna go. So for now, I'm going to keep it because I don't wanna push myself so hard to get rid of things that I have regrets. And I think that's one that I might regret.
I'm not even sure what's in here. Well, I can see some things. Like, really? Are you kidding me? These are like graduation tassels. Now, it's hard for me to throw things away, but I did just throw that away and I'm very proud of myself because I see this and I think, oh, what art project could I make with that? Oh, what theater department could I donate that to?
But at some point, I've just got to get rid of some stuff. November 16th, 1994, I went to the Cranberries with my best bud, and we had a blast. But I remember going, and I certainly don't need the ticket. I have my Presidential Physical Fitness Award. I don't need that. Oh, pictures! There's baby me. We have baby me, very faded, because, you know, I'm old. So we'll start a stack for pictures. Oh, here I am. I'm in first grade here. I had already hit my awkward phase.
I don't think I need this anymore.
Oh, this is when I was teaching. Oh, my little kindergartners. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we've got a high school diploma. That's the kind of thing you save, right? What is this? From the year I was born? From the day I was born. Cool.
All right, then I've got a college diploma and graduate school diploma.
And they're in there, so this seems like a safe place to keep those.
Okay, this is fabulous. This is a thank you note to Santa that my mom must have saved. Thank you for the desk and accessories. Missing quite a few letters in that word. Love, Kate. I'm not gonna save it, but it's cute.
This looks like a handwritten note from an ex-boyfriend. You don't need that. Oh, here's another Presidential Physical Fitness Award. You know, the things that were hard for me were that shuttle run where you had to go back and forth and the V-sit stretch. The Presidential Academic Fitness Awards program, wow. And they say they're signed by Bill Clinton. But since his signature matches exactly, I'm thinking it's not the real deal. Even if it were, what would I do with this? Okay, now we've got a wooden spoon with an elephant on top that I think I got when I was traveling somewhere really special. And my memory is just crap these days. I don't even know where I got this. I'm getting rid of that. Then I have my high school yearbooks. Hi, honey pie. Hey, what's up? This sounds terrible, but I think I'm just gonna rip out a couple pages that I care about. Like the class that I was in, I can rip out those pictures. I mean, it's a really big book, and there are a lot of people in here that I don't know, and a lot of people that I did know that I don't remember. Sorry. Like I said, my memory's not so good these days. Oh my gosh, that'll give me that much space. Oh, that feels good knowing that I'm gonna do that. But I have to do it like tonight because I can't just say I'm gonna do it and then not, right? Let's see what's in this mystery box. Pictures, I think. Oh, these are little best wishes for baby Benson from my baby showers. I think I can pawn that off on my daughter. That can go in her memory box. A telegram from my grandpa to my grandma. We'll be home Friday for supper. Love, Francis. So cool. I think this is one of our daughter's first pieces of recognizable art. Well, recognizable might be a stretch. Again, that's gonna go in hers. Locke's first lock of hair from his first haircut at 17 months. I labeled it and everything. See, I'm on top of it. So that goes in my kids thing. This is when my husband and I were babies. You know, before we had kids that made us look old. Really? I saved this? Really? And the other kid's haircut, first haircut at 3¼ years old, because she was just like bald. Happy Mother's Day. I just want the picture. She made this in preschool, and I want this whole card. Oh, hospital bracelets. Again, those go in their boxes. Oh, our baby's footprints. I think this is my baby box, and I've, over the years, decluttered a lot of it, but I kept a couple of things This is what I slept with as a kid. This was my lovey. Now my bin's gonna get full really fast when I start adding my journals. These are journals, 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 and these are journals. That's gonna take a lot of the space in my box, but I think I'm willing to spend the space on these. This one is about the time that I spent in Spain, and it's really fun to read because I was dating my husband by then, and then I was there for a few months, and it's fun to read sort of my thought process as I am deciding whether or not he's like the one. That's pretty cool. I better see if they are gonna fit in my box, huh?
Oh, they are so gonna fit. This is great.
So I still have a few odds and ends, although mostly it's very small stuff, or a couple things from my kids to me that just melt my heart. So here's where the rubber meets the road. I have baby books for my children. There's not much in the baby books. The question is, do I just face reality now or face reality later? I think later, which is the wrong answer. But I think I'm gonna keep these. They are going back to school soon. Maybe I'll actually make them baby books. These are my husband and my baby books. I'm so glad I still have space in here. Wow. And a little crap-a-lanch there. There we go. Okay, so my baby book fits there. My husband's baby book, he's got a little pile started here. Here's another box. I think this is wedding stuff. Oh my gosh, you guys. On this day, I will marry my friend. And I saved like all the ones that were left over. That's really silly. We're just gonna use these. I think this is an album my mother-in-law made. Cute. That could go with other photo albums, which I'm actually putting on my little bookshelf back here. A champagne cork. What was this, like on the bridesmaids' bouquets? Do not need that. Oh boy. Okay, so this is all trash. Yay!
And that's what I'm gonna keep. And now I have another empty vessel. This is going great, guys. I have no idea what's in here. More pictures. Okay, but I could combine those. And then we're down to these photo albums. Now, I was really big into scrapbooking, as you can see. Oh boy. Whoa. So I made a giant scrapbook this size for each year of high school, and I am not going to be keeping that. So what I'm gonna do is take pictures of each page, and then I can make
actual digital album of each of my years of high school. So I'll technically still have all the pictures, but it won't be so humongous.
And then this whole stack will be gone. I think this will have to be next week when the kids are on spring break and I don't have to moderate distance learning. So I did manage to get through all of our sentimental clutter and get things organized and decluttered and into their permanent homes. Certainly it feels like we now have an amount that is manageable for us, which feels fabulous. That's it for sentimental clutter. I think it went really well in the end. It wasn't as hard as I thought. I ended up just keeping a bunch of stuff, but I also got rid of a bunch of stuff because remember the huge stack of albums I had behind me? It is gone. It took longer than I thought to take pictures of the pages that I wanted and rip out a few pictures that I did want to keep, but I was able to get each of those big fat albums down into these tiny little stacks, which then fit no problem into my photo boxes. The photo albums that I mostly have now are things like this, where you have them printed and it fits so many more pictures. These just don't take up nearly as much space. So I've got our baby's first days, our honeymoon, and they're just so slim. This is 4 photo albums. So I don't feel bad keeping these, and these are more recent. I didn't actually go through every single photo this time, because I do think that sometimes decluttering is like peeling the layers of the onion, and you just have to get rid of a few now and get rid of a few later, because as you strengthen those decluttering muscles, it gets easier and easier to get rid of things. As evidenced by the fact that I just went through my sentimental stuff and got rid of a bunch, and I feel great about it, and I have no regrets. Thanks for joining me. I hope that this was at least a little bit inspiring to you, and I hope you watch more of my videos. If you liked this, please like it and share it and subscribe below. Thanks so much. See you next time, guys. You've got this, mamas.